Proposition 5. Because of the way that property is taxed in California, homeowners who have been in their home for several years tend to pay lower property tax payments than those who have purchased their home more recently. And one consequence of this is that when a long-tenured homeowner sells their home and moves to a new home, the property tax payments on their new home tend to be quite a bit more than they were paying for their old home. Some previously approved, voter-approved measures have created some special rules that allow certain homeowners to move to a new home without facing higher property tax bills. To be eligible for these rules, a homeowner has to be over 55 or severely disabled or own a property that was affected by a natural disaster or contamination. In addition, they have to be moving within the same county to a home of equal or lesser value to their existing home, or moving to a select number of other counties where elected officials in that county have voted to participate in the program. In addition, the eligible homeowners can only use these rules once in their lifetime. Proposition 5 proposes to expand these special rules for eligible homeowners in several ways. First, the moves could occur anywhere in the state, not just to a select number of counties that have agreed to participate in the program. In addition, a homeowner could take their lower property tax bill with them to a more expensive home instead of just a home that is of equal or lesser value to their existing home. And a homeowner could use these rules more than once in their lifetime. The primary fiscal effect of the measure is a reduction in property tax revenues for local governments and schools. Right now, about 85,000 home buyers each year would be eligible for Proposition 5, but right now receive no tax break with their move. Most of these movers end up paying higher property taxes right now, but under Proposition 5 would pay much less in property taxes, and this would mean a reduction in property tax revenues for local governments. In the first few years, we estimate that cities, counties, and special districts collectively would lose over $100 million per year, and similarly, schools collectively would lose over $100 million per year. Over time, these losses would grow, resulting in cities, counties, and special districts collectively losing about $1 billion per year, and similarly, schools losing about $1 billion per year.
Thank you. So this is essentially the portability of Prop 13. So in support, we have the Republican Party of California, the Libertarian Party of California, and other GOP groups. In opposition, the Democratic Party and other Democratic Party organizations. In support, Howard Jarvis Taxpayers Association, California Association of Realtors, obviously realtors would benefit from this, California Chamber of Commerce, and AARP. And then in opposition, the California League of Conservation Voters, public employee unions, obviously their organizations would lose money coming into the state. Full disclosure, I am a member of the California Faculty Association, but I have nothing to do with what they endorse. And media, we have support from, several newspapers and opposition from some more in the north of the state. The funding, at least in this case, there is some funding on both sides, so that's fun. The California Association of Realtors is the biggest funder. It was realtors organizations that put this on the ballot in the first place. And then in opposition, we have public employee unions who are opposed to it because of the loss of funds coming into the state. So it's very lopsided. The realtors have put in a lot more money than the public employee unions in this case. $13 million, which is, even for California, that's relatively high for an initiative versus a little less than $2 million on the opposition. What questions do you have about Prop 5?
Do I understand this correctly? If a person 55 or older purchases property that's worth less than the current market value of his house or her house, the assessed value is going to end up lower than the market rate of that lower priced house?
I think you have the general idea right. So what the measure would do is that it allows you to take your assessed value of your current home to the newer home And if the new home has a lower market value, the taxable value will actually be adjusted downward. So if you're buying a home that is less expensive than your current home, your property tax bill will go down relative to what you were paying in your existing home.
Okay, but will it go down lower than if just a 30-year-old bought that same lower priced property?
Yes.